Hello, hello. And now, getting things started. Hang on. It's so late. I was supposed to do this a while back, but I didn't. I'm gonna put myself on video already. Where am I? Okay. Nobody's in chat because it's so late. I'm gonna call this a late night gaming, really late. So, my goodness. Yeah, I'm gonna call this a late night gaming. Cause it's so darn late. I wasn't supposed to do it this late. Before I put the image on, I'm gonna get everything started up. All I have to do is just get out of my headphones, so hang on. Came totally unprepared. Oh my goodness. I came totally unprepared, okay? And this is the first talking discussion on live. If you probably seen the thumbnail, the topic is, of course, I'm gonna be talking about the concept. What do you call it? The quintessential Quintuplets season 2. This is evolving with episode 8. I seen the Magma series, and I'm not really happy what I've just witnessed. So I'll be talking about that during the live discussion. This is the first time I'm actually doing this live on a talking discussion with the thumbnail like that, and actually changed it up to make it more differently. So these lives I'll probably introduce right now. Let me go ahead and put my screen on already so that I see what I'm talking about. And the game basically is a free play where I'm playing random games, so the topics will be in the bottom. So if you're probably curious where they're at, they're in the bottom. My goodness. I have to be careful with this. Okay. Another late night gaming I'm doing. Well, I'm doing like a discussion, so sometimes it'll be live, sometimes you just see me just playing the game like this. I don't know anything else, but I'm happy to say something really quick. I'm happy to announce that I'm going to continue doing more videos on Orlock 425. This is fantastic. Now it's like I'm going to be, I guess YouTube make an agreement with me, since it all came down with my method correct with more value, and they able to grant me access to make more content now getting paid, which is cool. So if you're probably curious of where I've been, what I've been doing, of course I've been doing my classes because they barely started. But not only that, but now, if you probably realize, there's advertisements on all of my videos and the store in the bottom of the description that I'm back on making money again, which is fantastic. Now the specialists are keeping an eye, which is, I gotta keep my voice down a little bit. The specialists are keeping an eye on my channel. Let me put my headphones for a while. They're keeping an eye on my channel to make sure I'm not making money in the wrong videos. So those videos for sure, they have the thing off, you call the monetization, because if I'm making money out of those, it's very illegal, and that can cost my channel some compromising the revenue, which I don't want to do that. So I can make money now on my own video content, but this is not easy. Not everyone can do this. I don't recommend anyone just go out there using cutscenes and try to make their own strategy of gaming, because you can really get your channel messed up. And I was lucky because I've been there for centuries, and I was able to I'm a lucky dog to get my, or I call a lucky person to actually get my channel making money again. But anyways, what you'll be seeing on this channel, or these talking discussion live, where I'm basically talking about a discussion and talk about a topic, whatever topic may be. Could be from from video games to TV shows, from series, and through other means necessary. You're welcome to come in and join the conversation, what I'm talking about, or have something you want to say to me while I'm doing this live. I'll be showing this only on Orlock 425 when it comes to a live talking discussion. If it's a recorded one, I'll do it on both Jimmy Wilson and Orlock, so you see the difference between those two. I'm doing a late night gaming, but I'm gonna go right into playing my game so I won't bore anybody while I'm making the discussion. And the topic, of course, it could be from random stuff, but this topic I'm just wanted to be focusing on talking about is they call it season 2 of the triplets, the Quintessential Quintuplets. Have you guys seen that in Churchill Roll or Funtime Anime? It's about a series where they have all these. I think it was the Quiplets girls were to meet this dude who's like a tutor, and if you've seen my thumbnail, yeah, that's basically what the series about. Where he's trying to find from the past and see there was a girl that met him, and it was like a long time ago when he was like a kid, like a small kid. So he fell in love with this girl since he was helpful into the series, which carries on from the first episode of season 1, where again he starts realizing this chick is new and enrolled into school, and takes on the story from there, which it gets really funny because I like the whole thing. Makes me smile, makes me laugh, makes me enjoy myself. But again, I think where since I read the Magma series, if you've seen the comics of those Magma series where they're like pages of things, I read that already. So when I watched that, I read the whole series and looked at videos because that's what I do all the time. I'm really kind of a little bit concerned. The Quintuplets of season 2 is now showing the true nature of where it's heading, and it's not. It's kind of scaring me a little bit. Looks like I'm starting in 30 minutes. I'm gonna see if I could do something really fast. But yeah, it's kind of really scaring me. What I've witnessed or what I've seen from my own perspective is, if you know this character, we call it Itsuki. Itsuki's one of the supposedly the most the supportive main character, not the supportive, but the main attraction, main character that's leading to the entire TV show.
The Imperial advance on Hoth stops here. They may have the
Oh my
firepower,
gosh.
but we have the resolve.
Good.
Secure the objective.
Okay. So yeah, the series, what I'm looking at from the show, is kind of having me worried a lot. It does. Let me kind of zoom in. I think it has to do to. I think it has to do with the fact that, again, the series has a little bad side in the comics that I suddenly, when spoiled and revealed, because I had to know for my own purposes of putting Instagram posts, I have to see what happens to these characters. And what was revealed kind of worries me, that it could become a franchise that I could be slowly being disappointed to, and that's really not looking good at all. And thank goodness this gun. Yeah, my audio is a little bit like angsty a little bit, so I'm able to check it out. I think you could say that as I'm watching this comedy thing, go through the series and these characters one by one, Yushiba and Nanu, and then the other one, it's there's a lot of characters. I'm trying to remember their names, but these characters are basically, they like this tutor guy because he's started being the tutor since season 1. Oh my god, I'm trying to keep this guy. And as I progress through season 2, it's like we want Iski to win. We really do want Iski to, be the one, because, she's the one that gets more attracted, and the character building of Iski has been, our fan favorite, because she's right now one of the best like characters of all times I've seen. And throughout episode they actually did a really good job. Let me see if I can mute my thing because I don't want to be talking too loud. Goodness, it's all so late here. I think I wanted to say this without my headphones on because I don't know if I have my headphones, they're gonna start acting kind of weird. Those characters that I've seen and witnessed, they really did a good job of making me laugh in each episode. They really nailed on the comedy, you can say that for sure. But I think the biggest problem that I'm having is when I seen the Magma series, as you're reading the comic pages over and over, they're starting to see some disappointments that I'm soon to discovering, and that's really not looking good at all. Because anybody could do whatever they want in series, as comic, but when it comes to an anime TV show, they have to copy directly from that, and that's where it starts getting me worried. And why is my mind not moving? The problem that I'm having is it reveals that instead of the main character that you've been building up to it to be, instead they're showing, like, what's the right word to say this? They're showing the wrong, like a supportive character getting the one being hit at the end, and this is spoilers if you don't want to be spoiled. They're showing somebody that's not the main character to be part of that one person that he's gonna be with, that actually was his child, which is not good at all. If you know what I'm talking about, if you've seen other people's videos, it's a very disappointment to the main character and a huge backlash that we've been waiting for so long, and that's what's kind of worrying me now. Hopefully, the author, because I am gonna probably tweet him and say my reaction, because the way it's looking so far with the whole concept of what the author is doing, he or she, or what it was, is kind of really concerning me. It is. Don't get me wrong, the series is great. It has a good comedy, makes me laugh, and these players suck. But the main problem is when you come to the difference between main characters and, of course, supportive characters. When you're going with supportive characters, you basically have them outside with less character development, less focus attention, while the main characters have more attention, you have more, character development and throughout time. And that's what we had with Iski and Isiku, which both of them had both attention more than the other like couplets of her sisters, Iski's sister, which is Yushiba, which Yushiba, by the way, was the one that he picked, which basically was revealed in the Manga series, that the comics we call it. And you say the comics that she was the one that basically the supportive character, basically was the one that was the kid that he met back then, which I don't know why the person would do that. I mean, oh my goodness, I'm completely shocked. I am. After watching episode 8, I'm warning to the author, tell him directly, and yeah, good morning. I was basically telling the author, don't fail me again. If you look at my Twitter, I actually showed up to them because I was not very pleased with what you did to Iski. They could have done. My vision was a different approach that made a much better version. Because my version was have Isku and Iski together doing, betraying their family vacation to just have like some spending time together, sneaking out from their father's, what do you call it, pad place where they usually, or all the sisters are kept, which would have been much better, including not only that, why is my llama not working, oh my gosh, but not only that, but was like having both of them, spend time, not making love, because that's too far, that's going way too far, and it's going way too soon. Not like that, but something like whatchamacallit, something that would have been, more like funnier at the same time, having them look for the Isku and Itsuki, both of them. And it would have been one of the like coolest parts where they find like a dance floor, and they're like something like that, going to a dance floor where they're dancing to each other, having fun, having a good time, spending doing the spending quality time that you do with friends, since she declared him as a friend now, she found out that he wants more than being a tutor and doing all that stuff. So he declared him as a friend. If you've seen episode 7 at the ending. So I was saying, like, do something like a slow pace that leads them to, like, find, what's the right way to say this? That leads them to end up like doing some sort of like a close, like one of those close stares you've seen animes where two anime characters close stare at each other and then slowly go in for the kiss. Something like that, where they slowly start going in for the kiss and they start liking so much of each other, and then leads to the surprise when as my vision came through, both of the parties were the father and the sisters, including the other of his dad, Itsuku's dad, and the little sister are like basically looking for them too, and they end up going to the dance room where they find them, and they end up seeing them kiss, and that's what gets them all shocked and in disbelief, like something like that. But if you know what I'm saying, that's the kind of version I was going to go and put like comedy between middle and side to make it more hilarious as they're doing, their own thing. Something like that, which would have been one of the most funniest like episodes, but most coolest thing that would have happened to my prediction, because it was a really good idea for something like that to happen. And I don't know why, for some reason I'm just getting killed. I'm gonna do some test outs right now with this audio, because this gaming could be a little bit loud. It would have been one of the funniest episodes, but instead what we got, and why I was disappointed with episode 8, and it makes me worried about the rest of them. What we got was basically she shows up, doing the thing of the comedy where shows up in the episode trying to, and I'm trying not to spoil it, but after she shows up, because now if you've seen episode 7, Nano shows up into the mix room, and she gets all like, Itsuki gets all freaking out before he doesn't recognize her, and that ends up making her leave. And then she does the same thing as Nano does with Itsuki, just shows up into the where he's at and tries to get closer to him. And I thought, okay, this is where it's gonna get good, and then they end up stopping, trying to change it, and then they cut it to, her with the dad. Like, what? Why would you cut it to the dad? I mean, aren't you gonna make more assumptions than just them ending it like that? I mean, they could have done more with it. That's what made me kind of like not happy with. And then as the rest of the episode, they do more comedy, trying to make blend-ins with the same Itsuki character with the rest of them as disguises, and oh my god, things start just falling apart from there. As each of the episodes progress, or whatever you call it, the thing goes through, I was really not happy with the situation. In other words, I was getting very disappointed with the whole entire episode, and as it ended, I was not satisfied with what I received. Now hopefully the next episode can show something that can fix it, but as of right now, as I looked further in the future, as I saw the, how you say this, as I saw the Magma series, the comics, it's gonna scare me to say that they could be messing up this main character Itsuki, which we liked so much. Like, most of the fans like her, as they see her as the winning girl of liking Itsuku, I mean, how can they do that? That's betrayal. I feel like I'm being betrayed due to the waste of time of watching this entire show. This is what scares me a little bit. That's what makes me worried about this TV show and why I'm actually making this discussion. And let me get something. Hold up. I'm gonna keep this on mute. I'm gonna grab something really quick. I'm freezing up here. Okay. I'm grabbing something. Hang on. I'm gonna grab something so I won't freeze. Cause it's the morning, that's why. Oh my goodness. I'm always coming unprepared through my stages. Okay. So, anybody who's probably watching is probably skipping to the good parts, but here's what I'm trying to say. You know, as I'm looking at this story, I like the idea, and I like the protagonist. I like the character Iski the most because she's the one that came from episode 1 that made me laugh, made me enjoy myself, made me realize that Isku really enjoyed this person a lot. That, you know, to have her portrayed from Isku, or Iski to Yushiba, come on, really? I know probably fans are probably hating on me probably by now if they probably watched the series. Well, why you don't like Yushiba? It's got Yushiba. It's got to be because of the character development. They made her more focused towards. Yeah, we've been defeated. They made her focus more towards a supportive than a building character thing, and that's what kind of messes up. And then her personality is, oh, I just don't like it. It's so bad. I'm sorry. It feels more entertaining to her as a supportive. Like, I would accept it as a supportive, but not as the person to go with. I'm like, ay ay ay. And don't get me wrong, I'm not, you know, arguing about her personality. I'm just, the way they're building up her character is not looking great, and that's what doesn't make me feel like this person is the one that Usukigu should be with. To be honest, it's the truth. She's just, it doesn't build up. It's not building the strong enough with her. And I know a lot of fans are hating me why you don't like this person. It's not that I don't like her. The way they build it up on her is just awful. It's just, it's compelling. It's like a betrayal of what not to show when you're doing a character. Especially, you know, Iski is the one that had more build attention and the more hype that fans really wanted to see. That's what made me so hyped for the TV show. Like, okay, we could do all that comedy stuff between the sisters and them, but having, you know, their time together, Iski and Ichigo, to actually feel like they liked each other a lot, and it's a simple betrayal what the magma's doing. Hopefully the director of the TV show can delay season 3 and actually talk to the author to make some few adjustments and fixes. That's what I would recommend as of right now, because the way it's looking, it needs help. I'm serious. I'm kind of a little bit scared, to be honest. I am. The way that the story's progressing, the way that don't get me wrong, the comedy is still making me laugh, but the way it's progressing, the way it's trying to tell the story, is becoming disappointed, and I have no choice but I have to pull up a Darth Vader where, you know, if the author is messing up the series, I'm gonna have to send him to the torture chamber. From Darth Vader's scene, the one for Tatooine, they're feeling our pain, as if they leave it off a cliffhanger. And if they mess up the series 3, then we'll have to do that scene where he failed me again. With Darth Vader force choking and getting someone else to replace him, the author, because I'm not liking this at all. I'm not. That's how my reaction is. That's definitely my reaction. I really, 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 really want this series to make it happen. But if they're going straight from the author's book and they're not making a few changes to the series because I guess they don't want to do something or they just don't have time, whatever it may be, that's kind of scare me a little bit. Yeah, if you've been watching this series or haven't, go watch it right now in season one. If you probably realize what I'm talking about, it's called the Kazu Quiplets. It's an anime series. He's that's based off of something romance and comedy and funny humor, things like that. If you haven't watched season one, you need to watch it to season two. You probably know what I'm talking about. But it again. This character shouldn't be betrayed, and that's why it came to my concerns that if we don't get something new or fixed up, not new, but something fixed up from this series and something right, in the place to get Itsuku, because I really want Itsuku to win this. I don't want Yushiba to be the one because her character personality development is awful. It's just not good. And then they had some, things with Itsuku in the manga series that did not sit out well. Like they were messing it up. They had some dude come out of nowhere. I see some flawless problems with some of the other characters, and they didn't make something go right. Because in season one, Itsuku was trying to, find out what he's hiding, and you know was it Itsuku? No, Itsuki. It was Itsuki. Itsuku is the one that was trying to do his part and be his like job tutor and helping these quiplets out. And Itsuki's the one trying to figure out why is he doing that and all this stuff, like trying to ask questions. And in season two, if you've seen episode one, she actually starts asking those questions personally, like, what are you after, why you continue doing this? And he doesn't want to respond, doesn't want to say anything. He basically keeps trying to keep his mouth shut, and she gets mad because she still wants to figure it out, so they're still like on that all the time. But here's the main situation I'm trying to say. Ah, god damn it, I can't even see the thing. Though two characters that build up and have been for so long shouldn't be treated, to be thrown to the side for a character that's not even right now, not even should have not been picked as that, person that he's gonna be with. And don't get me wrong, there's other chick Nano's trying to be with him also as well, trying to kiss him and do all this dirty, not dirty stuff, but trying to be with him, which obviously off that she isn't. But it's funny to have that. It's funny. That's the comedy. That right there, that it's acceptable because he doesn't want to be with her, and that's what makes me laugh. That where is this gonna be turned? Where is jealousy gonna happen? That right there is acceptable. But what's not acceptable is him choosing the person that's not even the one that's built up to the hype, which my personally opinions, yeah, you kind of kill the story and make it the most disappointing series of all time. Even though there is laughters, there is times where you can sit back and enjoy these characters fighting out at each other, getting angry at each other. But again, to have their own, main character to be put to a side and destroyed, come on, you like really? This doesn't, make it fit right, and you basically destroyed your story in an awfully disappointment ending, including a disappointment to the entire series. I feel like it's not an insult yet, but it feels like enough to not make me satisfied to deliver what the series was supposed to be, showing. Which it's making episodes 1, I think 2, season 1, no, season 3 or 4 of those episodes, including season 2 of 1 through 3. It's betraying those episodes what had a build up with Itsiku and
Over all command posts.
Iski feeling some sort of connection together. Where if you look at the other episodes, it's like, okay, season 1 it does differently, that it's acceptable, like you like it, it's something funny, it's something you can go with, and it's something that can you can appreciate with. But when season 2 showed through, it's like destroying that illusion that you thought was gonna happen. It's trying to do something different, and I think the writers or the author didn't know what he wanted. He or she didn't want it. We don't know what the author wanted, in other words. So they completely wrecking the story badly, to the point where it's like, think of it as with the colors of green, blue, and orange and red. If you're making it the focus towards the green and blue, while the red and orange are just like right there sitting there, and as supportive, supporting these characters, and all of a sudden you bring the green to go with the the orange out of nowhere, and then just have it ending with those two together with no type of development whatsoever, no type of humor, or what's the word is, no type of, you know, based in knowledge of why we were watching the whole series in the first place. And it kind of destroys the illusion, and it makes it not an interesting, and you kind of mess up the story in the process of that. So that's basically what I'm trying to say, that when you're building a story, you got to make sure you don't mess it up, because ReZero had similar to that with Ram, and I think it was Ram and Subaru, no, Subaru Media. So Ram, Subaru, and then the Media, those three, where it had the circle between which Subaru's gonna go with. We'll go with Ram, we're gonna go with Media. But if it turns out, he ends up loving Amelia, because, Amelia starts to get really, really sad. She can't take it no more, of why Subaru wanted to. If you've been seeing ReZero, what I'm talking about, why, he wasn't showing his true feelings for her. So he ends up kissing her, which is, that's a spoiler, by the way. But if you haven't seen ReZero either, you should watch that. But my point is that that's the way, you're supposed to be showing your series, is something that, you feel the characters' feelings, you feel them really strong, to the point where it's like you really want them to actually build some sort of love towards each other, that you guys care each other so much. And even though it's something that maybe the author's not agreeing with, or whatever it is, that's why you always make your stories built on whatever character you want the most. If it was Itsiku or Yoshiba, you put those at the most understanding characters that you want the most to be built upon on. And what I'm trying to say is, you want those characters to have more, understanding their origin stories, or understanding what they're doing in life, things like that. Something that makes them feel more like you want the person to win. Because right now, the focus feels more with Itsuki than Yushiba, where Yushiba feels more of a supportive, and that's where it's kind of messing up the story. And if these guys do not fix the Magma series of the comics for that TV show, and if if they make the season 3 out of the same thing from the ending of how it's gonna end with that kind of conflict, it's really gonna destroy the entire series, and it's gonna be a huge waste of time. Like, what was the whole point of watching this if you can't even do the story, talking about these characters right? If you can't even show development right to characters that the person wants to be with or pick with, whatever it may be. That's basically what I'm trying to say, is you don't do that to main characters, especially like if you're doing Star Wars, or have like Chewbacca, or have like Han Solo. and all of a sudden, you know, you have other supportives, and you end up having the supporters replace Chewbacca as the continuing, you know, story, and then just end it like that, where he picks that person out of the blues. That looks bad. It does. That's telling the truth. With no character development, it looks pretty bad. So as I saying this to not wrap this up, but probably because I've been playing this for a long while. If I were to, because again, this is the first time I'm actually, you know, talking live to anybody here on the talk and discussion video or live here. The point is, it's really getting to the point where I'm concerned of what's gonna happen if they're going down this route. And if the author's not careful, he can get really hateful by the community, and not only that, but by the team who are behind it. And it can end up being where though this type of action not only can get you from getting hired, but they can get really concerned, like they pulling off a Game of Thrones, where they destroyed the main characters, including The Last of Us Part 2, or destroying the main characters and, you know, doing something they shouldn't be doing. And to me, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but from Game of Thrones and The Last of Us Part 2, it really didn't, and it destroyed what we all achieved for and what we hoped we wanted to expect to see. Oh man, I already lost. And that's double the feeds for me. I didn't even know that that actually happened. I'm gonna put it back to 11. Okay. Yeah, again, it's something I'm still upset about. That if they go down that route, why even bother watching it if you're just gonna mess up the characters altogether? I really want to yell at this author. If his author does travel to the United States, I want to just bust in there and yell at the author, saying, "What is wrong with you?" To be honest, like, why would you do that to their main characters that we liked so much, including the Iski, the girl that we really want her to win, because she's like the one that has mostly feelings towards Isiku. And as I seen from the episode 8, how, you know, she does this whole concerning thing of wanting to know more information about Uski, or I call it Uski-san. It gives me more like, no, worried about the how it's gonna end. And the times and times and times again, I know something is gonna go down really badly, and my own feelings and my own heart knows that, you know, you gotta be ready for the disappointments, and you gotta be ready of what the fans' reaction gonna be like when that actually happens. Now the good news is that we're still time if they leave it off a cliffhanger to get the fans' reaction, and hopefully the author could make some adjustments, delay season 3 to fix it up at least for the manga series and make it a much better how you say this, much better outcome than the way it's presented. Okay. So as right now, it looks like I'm just barely like playing this Freeplay roaming thing. Oh my gosh, I'm getting killed. I had to really customize this to make it different. As my first part, I'm not even talking really well. Oh yeah, I'm like just looming around. People can give their thoughts and opinions, what they think about the series, if they've been watching it or not. You can watch it on Churchroll and Funtime Anime. Mostly Churchroll because it's free. Because all you have to do is just get an account in it, and you're good. Because without a free account from your email to have it free, you're basically it's basically the whole entire thing it will give you too many advertisements to the point where it's like you can't even watch the show. So I recommend you have a free account so you can actually watch the show better. I hope that these people have been enjoying this talking discussion. It's my first one. Probably if you want to dislike it, probably would, but again, I'm gonna be talking about random stuff, so it's not gonna just be about this anime series. Like probably other parts, or how you see this, other discussion videos will probably talk about something different. So I'm gonna wrap this up saying, I'm thankful for my channel that now I'm under monetization. I'm also thankful that I now could be making more content to this channel and getting paid too while I'm at it. I hopefully been doing more of these live ones as well. We only see them on this channel. You will not be seeing them on the other ones. If you guys will know what I'm talking about, such as Jimmy Wilson or any little tiny ones. Oh, those ones are abandoned though. I had other channels like Jimmy Pablo, and it's another one I can think of. I forgot the other one's name, but I think it was Angler Super 11. I actually moved them to Jimmy Wilson. That's where I moved them at, since they're really like too old. So those have been moved to the other side of the channel, while Orlock 425 been keeping all the stuff that's been protagonist, or whatever you call it. The main theme is, hopefully, through the whole channel's experience, I finally was able to return the Minecraft originals and continue moving forward with the talking discussions on this channel. That those are also originals as well. If you're probably wondering my update for the Minecraft thing I've been doing since the previous number 2, I've been making an underwater like abandoned like station, can make it more like wider. So I've been fixing up that crafting and been making more adjustments to that collage. So that's the good news, and more ideas will come through my head of what else I'm gonna be showing. Oh my god, this thing map is short. Those maps will be ginormous, and hopefully with everyone's support, if we can get the new Minecraft with the disable autosave and without saving option, we might have a chance to get the new Minecraft with more space and not worrying about copying or duplicating, because I really don't want to do that. I really like anger with that, because I don't have enough space. It's not because of my drive. My drive has so much space. The problem is the world will become unstable, and that's where problems start occurring. If you're probably realizing what I'm talking about, it's when your map that has so much stuff built in it starts to lag on you. And that, even with the most powerful space, with duplicating double of that, can start decreasing space dramatically lower. It's like you're adding, a game to your computer. If you double that game on their space, it can dramatically lower the performance from that space, and that starts to slow down, because that's what happened in Gary's mod. When I was going to the let's call it the bots that I was using were starting to slow down the performance, because the fact that there's so much other games being played in the same storage. and it was like a 2 terabyte storage, and yet it was going so slow because you had the other app. It's only when I put it in my new external drive had it 5, and kept it, in that it started having faster performance and non-lagging. That's what I've been trying to say, is that Minecraft is happening something like that. That's the only reason why that's the best option, just to have that out. And I can't really go over there. This map's so small. So hopefully, with enough support, we vote to get that option on, and they can review it, because right now it's under review. If Moj Studios can get that thing working, I surely it can actually be something that can not only make the Minecraft more game, not game crafting friendly map, but it can also be friendly towards gamers, where they don't have to always save it. If something goes wrong, they can go without saving and go back where it was they left off, so that way it can be much a funner experience, and a much suitable one I can enjoy with, especially for my scary world. I really do want that to be on the new version so badly, because of all these new materials I can use. Since they're not updating the original anymore, they gave up on it or something like that. Yeah, we're all begging them. If they can't do it, at least they can do is try to update the original with at least something, all those materials that you just have, like the previous one, with the new one, at least including expanding the map if they can a little bit bigger. But I doubt it they're gonna do that, so I think this is the best routine option they can go with. So again, that was my talking live discussion series. Probably when this is done, you could probably watch the entire of this live discussion video. Welcome to give me any other feedback. I will be doing live discussions in the future, so you'll be staying tuned for those as well, where just whatever game I pick, between old or new, popular or not, I'll be talking about within this. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm still excited to also announce from the Orlock 55 that now I'm making not just my original content, but I'll be making another new original video. I'm still gonna find out what that is, but this is one of them, where it's live discussions now, where you get to hear me out, ask questions, talk to me of what's new, or join the discussions to what you guys think what of the any of topics I'm talking about. And I'll also be changing the thumbnail, where if it can be any from animes to gaming, from gaming to movies, all these topics that I could be talking about within these live ones. Because when it comes to things that concern me, to things that excite me, whatever the gen may be, I want to talk about with the community as well, so that way you're involved in hearing my conversations, and actually can join in and hear what your thoughts can be in. Goodness. I'm also gonna make sure I test my gaming audio as well, because I'm still under testing phases, and then this is the first time I'm actually putting this out into this. Oh my gosh, I'm already dead. Oh my goodness. Again, I want to make it friendly enough with the thumbnails as well. I don't want to make it too clungered up, because I know I still gotta have that discussion thing opened, and the stuff around it, suitable. So if there's any problems with audio, any problems with thumbnail, I probably will fix that and see what's up. But rather than that, it looks like, yeah, I'm basically already in the endings of this. Again, hope you guys are liking what's new. A lot of things are changed in my channel now, and a lot of stuff are completely coming to overwhelmed this channel. Now monetization's on. My advertisements are mostly like on all the videos except for the cutscenes, since those are basically owned by, of course, other corporations. But what the good news is that with now the original content, more of them that are arriving, it looks like this channel might thrive in a better successful path of where it's gonna lead. Again, that's about it. Have a great, fantastic day, and we'll hopefully see you on another discussion video, live video from your Zero Pal, of course, Orlock 425. I don't want to say Jimmy Wilson because I'm not putting it under Jimmy Wilson platform, even though my overlay does say Jimmy Wilson. You can call me again Jimmy Wilson if you want. You can call me Jimmy Pablo, or you can call me Orlock 425. But I prefer, to call me just Orlock 425 since it's on this channel. And this, if I'm doing my Jimmy Wilson character, then I'll probably be doing those live plays that you probably see, where those you can actually call me the Jimmy Wilson character. So then that's about it. And hope you guys who watched the series, hope you guys will keep, coming up with new topic ideas you can put in the comments once this video is done. And I can talk about it to see if it's something, used to me. So enjoy the rest of your day. I'm gonna enjoy mines. I'm gonna be probably continue maintaining and fixing up my channel. And in the future, once I'm done with my semester, I'll probably jump in. Well, probably maybe Saturday, depending on the situation. I'll probably jump back doing more live plays. So again, we'll see you there. Bye bye.